Fedoras are awesome.
Fedoras
are
awesome.
Oh no, I don't really have to look into the camera.
No, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Chillcast. As you can see, we have a new set.
Yeah. Totally isn't the other set from like the other podcast, but with a different backdrop.
Yeah, we're actually at Chillcast HQ right now in this giant warehouse that we can't afford on our YouTube salary.
This is where Osama bin Laden was hiding. And
most people don't actually know that. He actually lived in Tennessee.
Exactly.
Hey, girl, where are you from? I can't spell it.
I'm from MISSISSIPBI. Are you from Mississippi? Because you're the only piss I see.
I'm sure that'll work.
That was awful.
Oh, no. Odds are you talk to someone, you start like hitting on them, and you use that pickup line.
1 in 10.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 4. Yes. Come on.
I was gonna say 7, but I was like, everyone thinks it's 7.
Well, anyway, it's been a while since we've recorded a podcast. I've been taking a lot of time off for my music career. I'm actually opening for Taylor Swift in a couple days, so I thought, why not record, before I do that. Anyway, what's been up? What's been up with you? What's going on?
I've been in a deep depression recently. Started drinking, smoking, just being genuinely aggressive with people. So yeah, pretty positive. How have you been?
But you didn't like. I know you hit that kid, but like how's that situation going? All I'm
saying is they found me not liable.
You're not liable?
No.
I mean, you clocked a kid in a Chick-fil-A parking lot.
Yes, but because he was the aggressor, because he couldn't really say his part because he can't speak anymore. So I kind of lucked out with that. So they believed my story.
But I feel like the age difference would kind of make you liable. Like he's like 5, you're like 19.
Well, this is all fake. We're lying.
Not real.
No.
You would never clock a kid that's 5 years old.
No. Only if he was the aggressor.
Only if he started it.
I'll punt that little shit to next July.
You're hearing you're hearing it here first, folks. If Sam ever sees a kid older than 5 that's the aggressor in a situation, he's gonna clock him.
Yeah. Even younger. If they can crawl, they can brawl.
Is that your
that's
method
my motto
to life?
In life?
Yeah. But yeah. What movies have been coming out lately? Let's see. You just saw The Whale.
I just saw The Whale. Oh my! It was so good. I was so close to crying. My sister's next to me. She cried. I was like, when you get that pressure in the back of your head, I don't want to cry, because men don't cry, but.
Yeah, man.
The only movie... Okay, I'm trying to think of now all the movies I've cried in. I cried... Okay. I cried at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Really? Okay, fair enough. I teared up. Like, you're talking about the part with, like, Baby Groot, right?
Yeah, when Baby Groot,
he's sitting on Quill's shoulder or, like, in his palm, just, like...
Jacking off, yeah.
No, dang, that was kind of a sexual move for Kevin Feige, but... That's horrible.
No, when his, like, the blue guy dies.
Yondu, yeah.
When Yondu died, I don't know why, that made me so sad.
Well, it's pretty understandable. His entire life, they've been at odds with each other, and because, they think they hate each other, but they actually love each other.
Yeah.
It's a hell-of-hate relationship.
He saves him at the end. Okay, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, kill yourself. I'm sorry. I was going to say, who cares, but it just slipped out. No, at the end, it's like he saves him, and then like everyone else is just like that, like hates him, is also like showing respect. I don't know why that movie got me. I have no clue.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot for me to get emotional during a movie. Like, there's like it always depends on whether like the movie's nostalgic for me, whether it's like just well written, like, or if like they make it to where you feel like enough of a connection to the character that, like, at the end, if something even minor happens to them, you feel it. Like, it doesn't take a lot, but like at the same time, like if someone just trips in a movie, obviously I'm not gonna like bawl my eyes
Yeah.
out. Like it has to be like a slow build up for me to like get that connection with the character. Like a good example is A Silent Voice. That's my favorite movie of all time, and it deals with a lot of heavy issues that I relate to. And so having personal experience with those issues and then seeing it on screen and feeling like the writers know what my experience was like and millions of others experiences were like, it meant a lot. And so to have that in your brain while watching the movie and it being like a good movie was enough
Yeah.
to kind of culminate into making me cry. Because there's the real life connection, there's the story, and then there's the visuals. Like, I guess to sum up, if the movie's good and it's good at being sad, then I'm gonna cry.
The Walrus, like going back to it.
The Walrus.
Oh my God, I get them.
I know you hate Brendan Fraser.
No, okay. The Whale. I keep getting. I mean, similar names, similar animals, but just like with the Whale, just the ending. Like, it's a little bit of like a twist at the end. It's more of like a revelation at the end. And I don't want to spoil a lot.
Yeah, don't spoil it because I plan on seeing it in theaters if I can. I'd like to, like very soon.
It's sad. Like the whole film is just like sad. There's no, and I feel like it like there's like happy parts, but they're all like they're still. I mean, I don't know how to describe this, but it's like imagine like people are having like a happy time outside, but there's a ominous rain cloud that's coming in.
Yeah.
There's still like there's parts.
There's like sad tension throughout.
Yeah.
Like
even though like there's parts where like they talk and
things are somewhat better.
Yeah, they seem like better. Amends like are happening, but there's like you have to see it. I mean, it talks about very early what like the underlying rain cloud is that. But yeah, you should watch it. Everyone watching this should watch it. Very good Brendan Fraser movie.
And if you go see it, Sam will Venmo you the ticket price.
Nope. When I went to go see the film, I chose the Elder ticket, so I didn't have to spend like $3 extra.
The Elder ticket?
Yeah, for old people.
Dang.
They didn't care.
They didn't even ask you for your like license or anything?
No, why did
Wait,
they
did
care?
you buy the ticket online?
No, it was in person. It said like old. I was like, I mean, you could just put your thumb over it to show. I mean, they didn't care. It was funny. Oh my God. So when I go to the movies, I usually get a Slurpee. Because I'm like, I go to the movies probably like twice a year.
Really?
I don't go out to see movies a lot. It's usually like at home. And this guy like either hated his job or loved his job because this guy was just, the guy that could touch his stand was so funny. It was like, I was like, can I get a Pepsi Slurpee? He's like, sorry, we're all out. We only got Mountain Dew. He's like, you're a brave soldier for doing this. And he was like saying all this stuff. And I was just like, what do you mean? He's like, you're doing God's work right now. I'm like, I'm just ordering a Slurpee. I had like, it was whiplash. I had whiplash. And I mean, like my sister had a similar thing. She got like water and we were laughing about it like before the movie started.
Oh my gosh.
That guy was awesome.
Have you ever stayed in the theater after the credits, like you've stayed too long and like you're on your phone or something, and like people come in to clean up and it's like really awkward?
No, usually I know, but at the end of The Whale, like no one got up. You could tell a lot of people. It wasn't a packed theater at all. There was probably two rows that were filled. I mean, it's a pretty niche movie. No advertisement.
I've only seen the trailer for it online.
Yeah.
Like on YouTube.
And I think that's kind of like, because I'm pretty sure he's still like considered like blacklisted from Hollywood.
Why is Brendan Fraser blacklisted from Hollywood? Is it because was a comedic actor for a bit?
It was like sexual assault allegations that he spoke out about.
Dang.
I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just what I remembered hearing. And that's why he hasn't been in anything, and this is like his comeback. Just making sure I didn't turn off the mic.
Yeah, make sure to hold it kind of.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's weird to think that the man in what's it called, like Tune Out or whatever, the
Oh my, yeah. No, the one with
the Looney Tunes
the Looney
live
Tunes.
action movie
Yes.
he's in.
I used to, people just walked by and looked at us. No, it was funny. Every time I think about him, I think about him in that movie because I grew up watching that movie and George of the Jungle.
Yeah.
I watched the shit out of fucking George of the Jungle when I was younger. And
I think like I was first introduced to him from like by the Mummy, because he was in the Mummy.
Yeah,
all
I've
of
never
them.
seen any of the Mummies.
You haven't seen any of the Mummies?
I've seen The Rock, that one CGI clip of The Rock in the Mummy.
Oh, I thought that was just a random character. I didn't know that was The Rock.
The Scorpion King?
That was The Rock?
Have you not seen what it looks like?
Wait, what movie? The second,
I think
first?
it's the third one. Hold on.
I thought that was just a random CGI guy.
You're lying to me.
No. Like, I haven't seen all three of the movies. I think I've only seen the first one. I know there's one with like his son, like Brendan Fraser's character's son in it or something, and they fight scorpions together or whatever. I've only seen the first one.
Okay, so there's a movie of the Scorpion King.
Is it a separate movie?
No, it's in The Mummy Returns.
Okay.
It looks really bad, but
That's The Rock?
that is. What do you mean? Is that The Rock?
Wait, so did they add like CGI over him? Like, I'm confused.
I think he's completely made of CGI. He's a big.
That's not The Rock.
That is The Rock.
They
Throw up this image on the screen for everyone. That is The Rock. That is the freaking Rock, bro.
It just looks like a generic CGI character, like early CGI character.
Well, that looks just like him.
Why would they cast The Rock and then animate him? I'm so confused.
Well, okay,
Is it who plays that character in the film? Pull up the cast list.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, okay, so good news, guys, for the next Mummy movie. We've secured The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What do you think? Like, what should we do to like really make his appearance in the film like a big deal? Oh yeah, we should animate over him.
Look.
What?
Yes, that is him, bro. He's Matthias. I think that is the Scorpion King.
Why would they animate, like, make him CGI when they have like?
Well, because if you see the film, he is basically like a man on a scorpion body.
Yeah, but that's when you keep him, like, you film him with like practical, like with a normal setup, and then you make the rest of his like body like CGI. I think that's what would make more sense instead of like completely animating over him, like making him look so weird.
There's Corridor Digital.
Oh yeah.
They do like the sit down videos where they'll like look at good and bad CGI.
Mm-hmm.
They did one like about the Scorpion King scene. I had some other animator on it, and they talked about it, and I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot what they talked about. This a while ago. I watched it, but they were like something about like the limitations. I could be wrong, but it was like the limitations and just like how they had it and just like for the time. But now like looking at it, you're like, this looks terrible.
I just still don't get why their attention would be directed towards animating himself, like him. I would think it would make more sense to just film him and then like green screen out like his limbs or whatever and add like scorpion attachments or whatever.
I feel like that'd be too hard.
I feel like it's harder to put more work into animating over him.
Well, I feel like you can make like a Play-Doh face easier than, because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to make like a prop scorpion. You gotta put him on. You gotta have like a morph suit. Because like if they're gonna like mocap him, then I feel like it was just easier to do the CGI.
Interesting.
That, or did they talk about maybe they had like a crunch on it? Like a crunch time, they're like, shit, just throw out Play-Doh, The Rock Johnson. I don't know, I have to go back and watch it.
It'd be kind of funny if like he was cast, but he like never showed up. He just like, he was like,
I think that's like his only scene. No, I think he was put in it because there's a spin-off movie called The Scorpion King where it's a prequel to where he becomes the Scorpion King.
And it doesn't have Brendan Fraser in it?
No, but it does have The Rock in it.
Interesting. What do you think about The Rock? Like as an actor, not as like a celebrity. I think he's a good actor. Okay.
For certain roles.
Yeah.
And he has to be given like certain direction to be like really good. I liked him in like Moana. like surprisingly, I mean, he's not the best singer, but like he was
Yeah,
a good voice actor.
That's what autotune's for.
Yeah, but like I feel like you can't say that about a lot of like celebrities who can act, but because acting and voice acting is different.
Yeah, I don't like it when, except for Moana. That's a good point. That was a good role for him, and he did a good job. But for the most part, I don't like it when they have like animated films coming out, and then they cast like A-list celebrities.
Yeah.
It just takes the role away from people who are up and coming voice actors. You know, like I'd rather see Steve Bloom voice a character in the Super Pets movie than Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Well,
you know,
it's like what sells, Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Steve Bloom.
Hey, Steve Bloom voiced Spike in Bebop. That's a pretty big franchise.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, in a way, as far as like larger like U.S. audience, the larger U.S. audience goes, like it's a pretty niche audience compared to just the broad like U.S. audience or the West. You know,
But I feel like The Rock is just like the modern day like Vin Diesel, Steven Seagal. Like, I feel like every like generation has their action star, and we're running with The Rock because that's really what The Rock does. He's not in any like super like dramatic, emotional like pieces. He's in the movie with the big gorilla and the big crocodile.
Rampage,
based
off the hit video game Rampage.
Was that actually a video game movie?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I didn't know that.
The game, it's based off of a game. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson's been in a video game movie.
He was in Black Adam, which I heard was okay.
It's okay. Speaking of Black Adam, Dr. Fate, yeah. Pierce Brosnan played Dr. Fate, did a great job. But to be fair, the only reason I really watched that movie was because of Dr. Fate and Hawkman.
I'm trying to think of like his other like. He's been in so many things that you forget.
He did a good job playing Black Adam. I mean, the character was supposed to be like stoic and kind of narcissistic, and like he just did that, and that worked. Now the script was, it felt like I was watching like a summary of what the movie is supposed to be, because like I'm gonna assume the movie's like 2 hours, right? I think.
Yeah.
But it felt like 1 hour, and it felt like there were like two different ideas happening, and then like the writers were like, okay, well we need to fit this like certain screen time, so we can't expand on these other characters and their relationships. It has to be like this, you know. And there were a couple like what I call like trailer jokes in the movie, which is always really awkward because they don't land very well. Yeah. They only work for trailers, but when they're in the actual film, it just kind of like cheapens the experience a little bit. Like, oops, that was weird. You know, stuff like that. Like, did you just do that after I told you not to do that? Yep. And then it cuts. You know, stuff like that. Like that's a worst version of what they would do in the film. But like, you get my idea.
What's even like the plot of that movie? I know nothing about Black. I know it's like the same universe as Shazam.
I mean, yeah.
Is he just evil Shazam?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's the first person that the wizard and all the other Greek, like wizards, the first guy that all the like Greek wizards chose to have their power, right? Okay. So he has all the powers of Shazam, but he had them first, and then they quickly realized that he was the wrong person to entrust with the power because he got super like narcissistic and like wanted to conquer everything. And so the wizard like granted Shazam, Billy Batson, the ability. And that's why they're arch enemies in the comics and everything.
Got it.
But in the film, it's a little different. He is the first person to be entrusted with those powers, like the speed of Mercury or whatever, and the strength of Zeus or the power of Zeus and the strength of so-and-so. But, well, actually, can I spoil this for you?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to
It's actually, in the big plot twist is like, in this ancient civilization, you know, there's this like tyrannical king who is enslaving an entire population, and The Rock's son gets entrusted with the Black Adam power, and he like protects I can't speak. He protects his his like fellow people, and he like fights with the soldiers and protects everyone, and like essentially like fixes everything. But then in the middle of like conflict, his dad's about to like be killed, and so he transfers the power to him, but then he dies. Yeah. And so Black Adam, The Rock, has the power now, and he's like super rageful, and so he just kills everyone, including the king, and he like destroys the civilization. And there's a huge like statue of him they built or of his son, because he was a hero. And of course, like after millennia later, people see that statue and they assume that it's the guy who awoke all of a sudden. Black Adam like awakens, and they assume it's him. So like, oh, he must have been like, he was a hero, right? Because that's what the scrolls say. Yeah. But no, he was just a vengeful guy. Yeah. And then he's like the anti-hero, like, I don't play by the rules. The Justice Society comes in, they're like, you can't kill, we need to arrest you and keep you under lockdown so Amanda Waller can control you. She runs the Suicide Squad, which I think it was a cool tie-in. But now,
so is Black Adam in a different DC universe? Is it?
So here's the thing.
Or is it its own separate thing?
Warner Brothers, specifically DC, has no idea what they're doing, because the Snyderverse was, it was controversial, but I liked it, because it was something, and I liked the design. I liked how the characters were really distinct, and I don't know, I just liked all the decisions he made with the characters and everything. And you could tell he really cared about the story and these interlocking stories and everything. But then Shazam comes out, and it's not clear whether that's in the same universe. But then there's an end credit scene with Henry Cavill Superman, so that's in the same universe. Then Black Adam's in the same universe because at the end, spoilers, Superman shows up, and
is it Henry Cavill or is it different?
Henry Cavill, and Amanda Waller is in it. So same actress. So it's in that same, Snyder DC universe, but they hired James Gunn to lead DC right after that. And he's essentially going, we're not continuing any of the stuff that these movies set up. So that means that Shazam, the second Shazam will come out and have like no future. Shazam will never see Black Adam. Black Adam will never fight or converse with the rest of the Justice League. Nothing will happen with. They're coming out with a Flash movie.
They are.
Yeah, with Ezra Miller. They canceled.
Still with Ezra Miller?
Yeah, they canceled Batgirl. I was looking at all like the updates and like the set photos and everything, and I could tell like they were working really hard on this film, and I was super excited for it. So instead of canceling the film that has the actual convict cast as a character, they decide to cancel a perfectly innocent person's movie in favor of The Flash because it's a more popular title or more popular name, which business-wise, I guess that makes sense. But I was so disappointed when I heard the news.
Ben Affleck isn't Batman anymore, right?
He's going to be Batman in the Flash movie, and so is Michael Keaton.
Okay, so there's going to be two Batmans.
Yeah.
So it's going to be. Is it going to be like
different timelines?
Flashpoint.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of Flashpoint, a little bit of.
Okay.
Which is confusing because now with James Gunn moving forward, like, so Shazam 2 is coming out.
Wait, so
Blue Beetle's coming out.
Is Shazam 2 a remake of Shazam? Is it like a sequel to the first Shazam, or is it a new Shazam?
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
So new Shazam's coming out. Flash movie from the Snyderverse, his film coming out. Then we got wait, did I already say Blue Beetle?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
And all these are barely related to each other.
Yeah, they're barely related to each other. They're coming out, and then you got the Batman universe. I forgot. I think his name is the director's name was Matt Reeves. So you've got his DC universe coming out, and then James Gunn is not continuing the story that was being set up with all these films. And so there are going to be like 3 different DC timelines that don't intersect. Maybe they're going to tie it together with the Flashpoint movie because that could work. Like they could be like,
Yeah.
oh, now we're in this timeline where the Shazam movies are canon and the Blue Beetle film and maybe even the Batman is all in the same universe. They could do that easily.
But are they gonna do that in like do you think they're gonna do like the Batman where it's like with the Flash they don't like show how the Flash got his powers or anything? They're just gonna just do it like he's already a guy.
I mean, I guess so.
Because has there ever been a Flash movie? I don't think there has.
No, there was a Flash series in like the 70s where a guy is wearing like a Party City Flash costume that's supposed to be like made from like a lab, but it's like to work with his abilities and everything and not like burn up. But it just looks like a kitty costume that's like a little bit too big for him on the head.
I feel like I've seen that.
And then you got the CW Flash.
Yeah, which is ending soon, right?
Apparently, I haven't seen any CW series.
I know. All I've seen is just the really bad CGI in one Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I heard good things about the Flash show, but nothing like crazy now.
Yeah. I like seeing clips where it'll show like a scene from season 1 and the CGI is really good, and then it cuts to like season 5 and it's like horrible, just like.
Well, I feel like now they gotta just like end the show before it gets to that point because it's like they're just not making money.
You don't want them to jump the shark.
Exactly.
I actually learned where that phrase came from.
Where did it come from?
You ever heard the show Happy Days?
Yeah.
There's an episode, like one of the later season episodes, one of the main character, I think his name is Fonz, or the Fonz. He jumps over a shark with a jet ski. And at that point of the show's broadcasting, fans like collectively agreed that they had just ruined the show. There was no need to continue this show because they were running out of plot lines. And so that's where the phrase "jump the shark" came from.
I wonder do you ever watch the show Zeke and Luther?
Yes. Oh my god.
Do you know that episode? The episode where he said he's gonna jump the shark. Do you remember that?
No. But
one of like the stunts
me.
was jumping the shark. Like there's a shark, and I just remember one joke of who was the dumb one? Was it Zeke or Lou? I don't remember. It was the blonde one.
Who was the redhead?
He was the dumb one, right? I don't
remember. Yeah, let's say he's Zeke. I think he's
probably Zeke. I just remember he's like, yeah, I've been making the shark vegetarian. He just like throws a bunch of fucking vegetables in the water. He's like, see, he doesn't even like me, and he throws the meat and it gets instantly eaten. That show would, when I'd be younger, at night when I'd get scared, I would go in like to our guest room, which is like right across the hall.
Yeah.
And I'd turn on the TV, and it was the same fucking episodes of Mr. Young. Do you remember Mr. Young?
No.
Is Mr. Young, Zeke and Luther, and some other show. Mr. Young was a show where the premise was it's a high school, but the teacher is a kid, and it's just this kid teaching school, and hijinks ensues.
Hijinks
ensues. And no, I just remember that episode was just like the whole thing was jumping the shark, and I wonder if that was just the writers being like, we don't know what to do anymore.
Maybe, or they're trying to be like double ironic. They're like, hey, we're going to literally jump the shark again. But it's only like season 1.
That show was like, I think it was Zeke.
Sorry.
His birthday was on leap year, so he was like 6 years old technically. I just remember the one episode where it's like he uses that to play like kids sports and to just delete everyone, like destroy everyone.
It's amazing.
That show was weird.
That show came out right when like Disney XD was a thing.
Yeah.
Like it was becoming like a programming block.
Is Disney XD like XD because like the emoticon XD, or is it what does XD stand for anything?
I have no idea. I think it's just supposed to be. I think it's just supposed to be edgy.
Yeah, because it was the preteen.
I remember as soon as XD became a programming block, like literally the day that it like started, I was at my friend JJ's house for a birthday party, like sleepover thing, and I turned on the TV and it's like introducing new like Disney XD from this time to this time, this blah blah blah, and they were airing like a movie with the actors from Zeke and Luther. with the actors like the guy who played Zeke and the guy who played Luther are in this, and they were like airing this film where like they get abducted by aliens, or they can like they find like an alien ship and they use it to like fly around and stuff, and they try to hide it or something like that. Do you remember that?
No.
That's like a weird like core memory.
I do remember the one where it's like the time jumpers.
Where they wear like silver
they
jackets.
wear the white suits and they go back in time.
That the movie I'm talking about came out around that same time.
Okay.
So it was that like era of like Disney direct-to-TV movies.
What was it called? Do you remember? I guess...
Look up Zeke and Luther alien movie or whatever. I don't know their real names, their actor names. Their secret identities.
What? Okay, hold on. I totally...
Or maybe just look up like
I
Disney
just look up
XD.
Zeke and Luther alien movie. Who's the actors? I'm trying to find that. Hold on. Just using good time right now. Cast. Let's just look at this guy. What films has he been in? He's Den brother? No. Are you sure this is a real was it Zeke? Was it the redhead guy?
The brown-haired guy. I know at
This
least that
guy.
he was in it. Yeah, he was in it.
He was in a film called Zombievers.
This was like a Disney XD original movie.
Are you sure you're not like this isn't like some different like some false memory?
No, it's real. I remember he would like it was like they would film like all the shots where he was in the spaceship, like just like a close up and him like holding like two like joysticks and he's like moving around or whatever. I don't know the plot of the movie. I guess like they had to hide the spaceship from the government or something. I don't know.
I looked up just popular movies. Oh my, they really.
I really hope this is not like a movie my brain just created, because it's so vivid in my head. Like
Okay.
I remember seeing the screen.
Minutemen was the one we were thinking. The other one, where they go back in time. Spaceship.
Yeah, spaceship.
Let's look up space. Xenon Girls of the 21st Century? No, that is from 1999. What the fuck is this movie? I think you hallucinated it. I think you're lying.
Is that not a real film?
No, I don't think so. Luck. Do you remember Luck of the Irish?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That was a weird movie.
That was a weird movie. His parents don't want him to know where their ancestors are from for a school project. They say Chicago, and they won't elaborate.
He's a leprechaun. Spoiler alert. I remember the ending was weird. He like slams dunks as he turned into a leprechaun, right? And he gets like the lucky coin. That movie was fucking weird.
It sounds so fake. It sounds like an AI movie. He's doing a school project, and his parents don't want him to know he's a leprechaun. But at the end, he slam dunks and gets a coin, and he becomes a leprechaun. The end. Written by AI.
I don't think this movie exists.
Dang, it must have been like a different show, or I was watching like a clip of a show with him in it, and he was in a spaceship or something.
Maybe this is like a Zeke and Luther thing.
Maybe.
Hello. There's a guy.
That was the guy that you let in earlier, right?
No, I don't know who that is.
I think he's been following me.
Really?
Yeah, I think he like I don't think he's like trying to stalk me, but he like leaves like little like Dove chocolates outside my room every night. He's quite the romantic.
Yeah. He leaves a rose on your pillow every night.
Yeah.
No, they made weird movies, like weird kids movies. Like I feel like that's something like we don't talk about, like how weird some of the movies were as a kid.
There was a Disney movie, direct-to-TV Disney movie called Blank Check.
Yes, I watched the Nostalgia Critic review of that. He has Macintosh, That's the guy, and then the old woman wants to have sex with him. It's like weirdly pedophilic.
No, she's like in her like 30s.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's dressed up all like a rich billionaire, because he like scammed his grandmother out of like $1 billion or whatever.
He's like 8 years old.
Oh no, he almost gets hit. He almost gets hit by a rich guy, and the guy writes a check. And he like
it's like a cartel member. It's like a mobster.
Yeah, and he gives him like, hey kid, I'm sorry I almost killed you. Here's a check.
Because he breaks his bike, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and so he writes like $1 bazillion or whatever, and he like hires like a cab driver, and it's like a what's it called? Like the whole movie is just kind of a weird trip,
Yeah, it's a kid's fantasy, and if he ever got $1 million,
he buys like a playground and like falls into a ball pit, and he gets his like chauffeur to like play with him, and it's really weird. And then at the end, he's sitting next to this girl that he befriends who's like in her 30s, and he's like, "Will I ever get to see you again?" And she's like, "Maybe when you're older, kid." Like rubs his like chin or whatever, and then he's like, "Well, I'll see you when I'm older then." And she's like, "Just be patient." And like she like kisses him
I remember
on the mouth, and I'm like,
he's nostalgic. He goes,
I was like, how is that like really okay? Weird. I was even when I was watching it. No, here's the thing.
Did you actually watch it when you were younger?
I watched it when I was younger, and when I was little, like I think I was like younger than the kid in the film, and I saw that happen, and I was like, awooga, and then like, I see it again like years later, I'm like, dear God, like what were they thinking? I guess that's like every like.
That's every. I mean, if
10-year-old's dream, maybe.
10-year-old's if it's like a 8 to 10-year-old's fantasy, it makes sense.
But a 10-year-old didn't write the film.
Exactly. I mean, it's not a good movie. I mean, not saying it's a. Okay, hold on.
I mean, it's better than like Titanic.
It's not pedophilia. Okay.
It's better than any James Cameron film.
Exactly.
It's won more awards.
It's probably better than Avatar 2. Speaking of Avatar 2, I fucking hated it. I saw Avatar 2. Worst film of my fucking life. Never go see it. A lot of people liked it. They're like, it's the greatest movie of all time. I love the blue people. They're all blue. It was 3 hours. Okay. The beginning was like, started okay. Do you care if I spoil it at all? Do you?
I think you already spoiled it for me. So
okay,
just go ahead.
It starts like cool. There's like the humans come down. They're back with a vengeance. Because in the first movie, Jake Sully, the blue guy, the main blue guy, he like revolts against the humans, even though he's a human, and he wipes them out. And they all leave. And at the beginning, it shows like, here are all the humans left, but a couple of them stayed behind, blah, 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 blah. And then now they're back with more humans, and like it shows like
more tech,
and it shows them like coming down in a spaceship, and then like a bunch of like big mech guns come out there. And no, it starts like, then like it fast forwards. Because like the whole thing is like his family. It's his family dynamic. Because he has 3 kids, 2 sons and a daughter, and like a weird adopted daughter. Yeah. Because the adopted daughter is is the child of a blue person, or child of a human that's stuck in a tank that gave birth to a blue child. I don't remember. It's weird. And then they have this terrible character named Spider, who is the main villain's son. That's like a baby, and it couldn't be shipped back because he was a baby. And so it starts off, okay, now we get to, it's them like fighting this train, and they're getting guns now, and they're having this epic battle, and then like evil blue people come, because the villain from the first movie who fucking dies, apparently his conscious was already uploaded to a computer. So they put him in a new blue person. So now he's big and blue. And now they have a bunch of like rogue avatars to go on the planet and hunt him down. But it's like, they're not even like trying. They're like all dressed up in like crazy military gear. And so the kids are like goofing off, just walking around the forest like, they're not allowed to be out. We're like, we can't go this far. Like that whole trope. And of course they get fucking caught.
Jeff, I don't think we're supposed to be out here.
Yeah, exactly.
This late at night.
Yeah, we gotta get back. Dad's gonna kill us. Because like half the fucking movie is the second eldest son just getting in trouble, and the dad going, "Come on, come on, come on, son."
Didn't you say like the kids just keep getting kidnapped?
Yes, they keep getting kidnapped, and they keep getting in trouble, and it's so fucking annoying. Because at the beginning, they're held hostage by the blue people, and by the evil blue people, I mean, because they find them, and then Jake Sully and his wife come in, and they start kicking Avatar butt, and then they free the other blue, but Spider gets caught.
Dang, classic
the
Spider.
the human who is like now like he likes the Na'vi, so he's like basically like one of them, and he gets sent back to like where the human base, and he gets like tortured and stuff, and then the main evil blue guy, who's the villain from the first movie, now permanently blue, is like, "I'm your dad," or he's like, "I'm not your dad, but I'm your dad, but I am your dad." Then all this bullshit happens. And like Jake Sully's like, "Dude, I can't do this shit. I don't care. I don't care about helping you guys. I'm gonna go hide to the water people." So he's like, he steps down from being like chief, gives some random fucking guy. Then he goes to live with the fish people to hide from the evil from the evil humans. So they go live with the fish people. And now this is probably about an hour in. They're with the fish people, and then it's just them swimming. It starts off swimming. Oh shit! Guess what happens? The eldest son the son gets in trouble. Oh no! They have a fight. No, yeah. So like the light. So it's It's the blue people and the light blue people. The light blue people, the fish people. I'm just gonna call them the light blue people because it's easier. The light blue people like make fun of the blue people, so they have a fight. This is the kids, and then he gets in trouble. Then he goes to apologize, and he's like, "You know what? Let's go fucking hunt." And they go out. And they leave him. They leave him in the evil area, so he has to like dodge this big fucking fish. And then he befriends like a dumb whale that I fucking hate.
Dumb whale.
It is a whale. There's a big save the whales and save the oceans movement.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, yeah, but it's like it's not subtle at all. It's like painfully not subtle.
Does one of like the characters go, "Man, too bad this whale's gonna die in a couple of days because of all the trash the humans brought"?
No. I wish. So the whole thing with the humans are hunting the whales because listen to this. The whales are hyper intelligent, and in their brain is the cure to death. You become immortal. So it's like $1 gajillion. And
cure to death.
Yeah, it makes you immortal. And so they're like, "Yeah, all we do is we hunt these crazy whales by doing this like elaborate fucking bullshit." They hunt the whales, and they go inside and they drill in its brain, and after they take that little part of it, they just discard the whole thing. And
I mean, shark fin soup.
Yeah, it's basically shark fin soup. No, but then
but the cure to death.
Cure to death. But then the light blue people actually have like whole relationships with the whales. So like they're like
intimate or
spiritual.
Oh, okay.
Because they can like connect with each other.
Okay.
Because you find out that the rogue whale that the second eldest son liked. Also, I know no one's name in the film. I know no one's name. No one was important. I only remember Spider because his name's fucking Spider. Jake Sully because he's literally the main character. And that's it. And I know they're called the Na'vi.
Blue person number 2.
Yes, that's why I can't call them by their names because I actually don't fucking know them. But what happens, blah, 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 is you learn like the rogue whale is actually a rogue whale because the humans took out his pod and blah, 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 and they thought he killed him. I don't know. It's dumb. It's dumb and stupid. And then the kid gets in trouble for linking with that whale. But later, when they're all captured, the whale comes and saves them. The whale just like jumps on because
he dabs in midair.
Basically, the last hour is they're going to go fight because the kids get captured. Okay,
again, yeah.
The kid gets captured again.
Yeah.
on the fishing boat, this big ass fishing boat they used to hunt whales.
Okay.
And it's just them fighting because it's like the light blue people are mad because they're hunting the whales because they like the whales. And then Jake Sully, they have Jake Sully's kids. Oh yeah, this all happens. This whole ending confrontation happens because the kids are dumb. They go back out to find the big whale, the friendly whale.
Yeah.
And they find out he's been stuck by like the buoy that they use because they like shoot buoys into their fins so that they can track him. And they're like, "Oh shit, he's been tracked. We have to save him." And of course, like it takes them fucking 50 hours as the ship comes in and finds them. As there's like crab mechs. It's more dumb bullshit. That's stupid. And fucking hate it. And then there's a big fight scene. They free the kids, but oh no. So they free everyone, okay? Then they free everyone, they get off, and then, oh no, 2 of them get captured again.
Again?
Yes, so they're like, shit, we have to go back and save them. Oh shit, blah, blah, blah.
Actually, so-and-so's been my brother all along.
Well, okay.
Please tell me that's not a thing in the movie.
So what happens with the eldest, it's something to do with the brother. So that they go back and now they're running away. There's guys with guns. Is this happening when... Okay, the ship is going down at this point, I'm pretty sure. Because the whale... Okay, I totally skipped out. There's the giant fight scene with all that Na'vi and... As the whale's like flopping on the ship to like fuck everyone up. Blah, 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 blah. More bullshit that's stupid and shouldn't... And the thing that I thought was going to happen is the whale is going to sacrifice himself. Because that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't. The whale doesn't die. Probably to set up for the 3rd film, by the way, coming 2025.
Whale 2.
It was Avatar: The Seed Bearer, which is... I don't like that name.
The Seed Bearer?
The Seed Bearer, that's what it said.
I mean, I'm a seed bearer.
Okay.
We're just going to cut that one out.
Okay, more bullshit. Okay, back to Avatar 2, my least favorite film of all time. Back to more bullshit. Okay, I'm just going to skip, because it's just a big-ass fight. The best part of the movie is the last hour, because it's just a fight scene. And there's some stakes. It's not just cool. Because, like, the visuals are really cool. That's the best part of the film. Mm-hmm. Underwater looks really cool. It's cool how everything looks, okay? That's in my opinion, that's what it has to it, because the plot fucking sucked. But at the end, they're all, like, about to escape. But this one girl gets sucked into this whirlpool in the sinking ship. And literally... This is my reaction to when it happened. Just because I was so just done. I was actually just done with this. I was like, no fucking way. I was just like... And then they have to go in to save the child, and then they get lost, blah, blah, blah. Then the eldest brother dies because he gets shot. Sad part. And now I don't really care because he didn't have any personality or any stakes or really did anything the entire film. Actually... Yeah, he was the most unimportant character in the movie, probably. He did nothing except die. Because, like, he wasn't even, like, a strong, like, elder brother figure for, like, the younger brother to, like, try to, like, show him up. Like, that was, like, I feel like that was supposed to be his character, but they didn't flesh that out at all.
Yeah. I think it's funny how, like, when people are writing films, the easiest thing to do to make your film emotional is just to kill a character off.
No, yeah. Literally.
But the problem is that works only if you build an attachment to the character. You can't just kill a character and be like, oh, you guys cared about him, right? No, you didn't do anything with him until now.
I feel like the only reason they killed him off was so Jake Sully and the villain from the first film, they have a big fight on the boat. Blah,
okay.
blah, 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 blah. And he grabs... Does he grab his son? What was he's about? No, oh my god, that doesn't. No, this is. I think this is before that, because he grabs like one of the children, and is like, "I'm gonna kill her if you come close." And then she grabs the mom's there. She grabs Spider. Spider's there, and because he's related to the evil guy, she's like, "I would kill him too." Blah blah blah. They don't end up killing each other. Then they fight, and then. They're like in Jake Sully. I mean, they're like underwater, and then he chokes out. He chokes out the evil guy, and like, okay, he's dead. He's underwater. He's dying. Fucking Spider comes back and saves him. He saves the villain so they could obviously to set up the third film.
Money.
And the only time was like Jake Sully's like about to die because he's running out of oxygen. Like the younger son comes and he's like, oh shit, what happened? Is the camera okay? Did it run out of film?
Oh, it says change the battery pack.
Did it stop the recording? Do you have any battery left?
Oh, it's still recording.
Oh, lol. How much time we got left? I'll wrap this up.
We'll just have the audio for this part.
Okay. Okay. And what else? What happened? Right. Oh yeah. And then he's like, dead son. He's like, no, this is your young son. Then he learns to love his younger son, even though he has flaws, which happens in like 10 minutes. He's the biggest dickhead. And it ends with like the evil guy going to Spider, like, are you in or are you out? And then he's like,
are you in or are you
like,
out,
you're
Spider?
Out, evil blue man, out of your mind. And then the evil blue man flies off. And then rolls scene. Okay, but the best part of the movie was honestly, at my theater, the audio cut out probably 2/3 in. But it was just the dialogue. Everything else was fine. Only the dialogue, which was insane to me, that only the dialogue could cut out. And so I was like, oh, this is probably like one of those scenes where it's like, you can see him talking, but you can only hear rain. So it's like, it's supposed to have like more emotion to it. But then just like, it kept happening. It was like, I was like, damn, they're really dragging this out. And then the point where it's like, my whole family started laughing and joking about it. So we started laughing. We could hear other people laughing because they're like, what is this? What is happening? And then the worst part is they fucking rewound it like 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
And my mom gets up and she's like, I'm done. I'm leaving. And she's like, my dad's like, no, sit down.
I'm paid for these tickets.
Yeah, we're finishing this. Because I was about to say at the beginning, I was like, yeah, we should have like a ripcord where it's like, if we all want to leave, we should just be able to leave. Like, if we all want to leave, we could all like unanimously be like, yeah. But I feel like it got to a point where it's like 2/3 and we're like, we're sticking this out. We're finishing fucking Avatar 2.
And I just love that the dialogue cuts out, and so it's not clear whether or not at first that's supposed to happen or not. You know, you're like, wait.
But the funny part was when they go to another scene. It's when the guy links with blue people, and the audio is back only for that scene, only for that one scene. It goes back to non-audio, and then they rewound it.
Before we wrap it up, that happened to me when I was seeing like the newest Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. It's awful. It's an awful movie, first of all. So the one where they replaced Roderick.
Okay.
And the new and the person who played Greg and Rowley and everybody.
Do you ever have it? Isn't the person that played Greg like killed his parents?
No. One of the like small like extra characters, like one of the like there was like this extra character who has like one or two lines in one of the other movies, and he killed his mom.
Okay, I thought that was the main Greg that killed his mom.
No. It was another actor, and he killed his mom, and now I think he's like in prison now.
Okay.
But yeah, just some small trivia related to Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But yeah, I was watching that movie. I think it was called like the Long Haul or something.
The Long Haul.
God awful movie. Just like I'm not even gonna hold back.
I mean, the first two Diary of the Kids were pretty good.
Yeah, they were. This one, new cast.
Well, because the old cast, this would have been what, like 3 to 4 years after the Roderick Rules, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they all grew up.
Yeah, fair enough. But I don't even think they needed to make a new one. It's just because of money they did it.
It didn't even make sense because the new one, The Long Haul, was like the 6th book in the series. It was the 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like canonic. Because what's the third one? It's Diary of a Kid, Roderick Rules, and then. Were you a big Diary of a kid?
I was, but.
I forget what the third, because the first 3 were like the classics.
The films, the original films were good, but this one, I don't know if they're actually referencing the book with this like whole aspect of the film, but they have like a YouTuber character, and like they're trying to like harp on like these kids want to go to a YouTube VidCon convention, and then the guy they want to meet is like this super annoying, like screams all the time, like neckbeard, stereotypical gamer character who like holds like live like let's plays at the convention. He's like, this is epic toaster battle, signing in, and he's like, oh my gosh, we just had a hot dog moment, or all this crap. Like it's like super like early YouTube, but like in a bad way. It's like trying to like, it's just a horrible representation of like what YouTube was, and it's a horrible exaggeration, but they're like, oh my god, we're your biggest fans, and he's like a super evil like jerk when they meet him and everything, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I know what they're doing, but it was just so annoying because when you're seeing that movie with your parents,
you saw it in theaters?
I saw it in theaters in Florida with my parents.
We're like, this is awful.
Halfway through, at the beginning of the movie, the dialogue cut out. That's the reason I bring this film up. The dialogue cut out for like the first chunk of the movie, and we're like halfway through. My dad's like, "Come on!" he stands up, starts knocking on like the projector like room, like, "Come on!" And then it came back on, and we're like, "Really, we didn't really miss much." But anyway, thank you guys for listening and watching. Sorry the camera died.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna record for 30 minutes, but we just had too good of a time. We recorded for like about an hour.
Yeah, okay.
So, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned for hopefully more Chillcast.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to record again soon with another guest.
Hopefully.
I don't know what his schedule is like, but we'll see. But thank you guys for listening.
It may or may not be President Joe Biden.
What'd you say?
Huh?
What?
Thank you guys for watching and listening. Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. I said it may or may not be Joe Biden.